This is part 3 of a video series entitled A Patriot's Responsibility, which was created in an effort to inform patriotic citizens of some of their responsibilities by virtue of their citizenship in our constitutional republic. The topic covered in this part is voting. I hope that you will find the videos informative and helpful as you strive to be the best citizen you can be in our constitutional republic. We in this nation enjoy, because of the sacrifice of many, a republican form of government. This government is representative by nature and convenience. After all, can you imagine a town hall meeting of more than 300 million people? In this great nation of ours, we the people truly get the government we deserve. Our divinely inspired Constitution dictates an election process to this end. We the people are free to choose those who represent us to perform the responsibilities of governance set forth in our Constitution. Yet so many of us, as many as 60% during midterm elections and 40% during presidential elections, sit on the sidelines and complain, doing nothing. We want someone else to be involved in the process of protecting our freedoms. We want someone else to do something about the graft and corruption in the government. We don't like the programs, the policies of the current politicians, but all we want to do is complain. Why do so many of we the people have this great apathy? Throughout our 245-year history, we the people have ratified 4 voting rights amendments to our Constitution. These amendments have enabled more citizens to have a voice in the governance of our constitutional republic. The first was the 15th Amendment in 1870, which prohibited denying suffrage to citizens because of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. The 19th Amendment in 1920 granted suffrage to women. The 24th Amendment in 1964 prohibited charging poll and other taxes as a requirement to vote. Lastly, the 26th Amendment in 1971 granted the vote to 18-year-old citizens. In working to get people out to vote, one finds those who profess to be citizens who say, "I'm not going to vote this year. Just isn't anyone to vote for." There are also attitudes that say, "Why should I vote? My one vote won't make a difference anyway." Besides, all we have to do is to choose from just the lesser of two evils. Politicians are all the same, so what's the difference does it make? This patriot and citizen finds these attitudes appalling. When more than 2 million men have fought and many have died, that this right might be protected and preserved. It is difficult to understand, in fact it is unconscionable, how anyone can call themselves a citizen of this great nation and disenfranchise themselves. This nation has twice been redeemed by the shedding of blood. The first was to establish the Union. The second was to preserve the Union. Unless we as citizens get involved in our political process, we will continue to see our rights and freedoms eroded. Unless we as citizens practice responsible citizenship at the ballot box, we acquiesce to being feathered by the chains of slavery and risk having to redeem our land once again. It is time for every freedom-loving American to get involved in the political process. We the people have a voice via the ballot box in the selection of our elected representatives, our servants. It is important that we the people register to vote and to vote in our elections. All around the world, there are those who wish they had the same privilege we the people have in our constitutional republic. It is time for every responsible citizen to investigate and study the issues and candidates. In this effort, only one question needs to be considered. Does the issue or candidate's position preserve individual freedom as guaranteed by our divinely inspired Constitution? If it does, the issue and candidate deserves our vote. If it does not, the issue and candidate should be rejected. It is doubtful that we can agree with a candidate's position on every issue. It is therefore important that we study well enough to make the best choices to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Each of us is the first line of defense for our family. Each of us needs to be involved in electing the statesmen who will correct the problems we the people face as a nation. Each of us needs to be involved in the process of seeking honest and wise men and women to run for office, and that the good and wise statesmen in office get re-elected. Lastly, always keep in mind that if you are not happy with the status quo, you could offer an alternative by running for office yourselves. If we the people fail in this duty of true citizenship, each of us is just as responsible for our nation's condition as the rascally politicians who were elected by our not voting. Voting, this is a patriot's responsibility. May God bless and save the United States of America, our constitutional republic. This has been part 3 of a video series entitled A Patriot's Responsibility, which was created in an effort to inform patriotic citizens of some of their responsibilities by virtue of their citizenship in our constitutional republic. In part 4, I will cover the topic, communication.